Now you're listening to Panamon 514. I watched 2 hours and 38 seconds of Boys Planet, so you don't have to. Episode 7. The episode begins with Law Team getting ready to perform, and we focus on Eugen, who is scared of the mentor Baek because he has been really harsh towards Eugen throughout the competition because he constantly messes up, and Baek is just not having it, especially since Eugen is in the all-star category. However, he does do well with that he choreographs, and Baek is impressed by him. And Law Team, they do make mistakes in front of the trainees and when the trainees evaluate them. But overall, during the actual performance, I really did enjoy it. And it was really energetic. And the members had really good stage presence. Like Hanmin and Jihao, they stood out to me the most. And Hanmin overall was such a great leader to Law Team. And Hanmin ended up getting the most votes. Yedam unfortunately got last. And I've noticed that a lot of people have been unstanding him or dropping him from their votes because of his controversy. So maybe it could be that. But first place went to Hanmin, and it is so well deserved. Really happy for this boy, he deserved it 110%. After that, we focus on the Man in Love team. Even the mentors are mocking Minkyu in a fun way for him singing really loud. So yeah, and the name of their team is Boys Generation, and I'm like, oh my god, okay. But yeah, and then Tere, I think during the introduction says that you guys are my first love, and then a girl in the crowd literally screams out loud telling Tere that no, you're my first love. Hilarious. But yeah, Tere is really excited to receive training from Sokun, and Mingyu is being told not to sing too loud or he will stand out in a bad way, and that he sounds like an actual man in love because how much he is singing with so much passion and emotion and just a lot of energy. And then Woojin, one of the members, struggles to rap, and we get Bobby. Honestly, he took me out by surprise. I was like, oh, Bobby, you're here? No introduction for you, but okay, I'm happy. But yeah, Sokun tells Tere that he sounds too quiet. So yeah, Mingyu is too loud, Tere is too quiet. That's the problem. And then Dongyal helps Woojin with the rapping, and Tere helps Mingyu with the singing. And Dongyal honestly becomes one of my favorites after this episode. And during the performance, it's just really good. Woojin, he looks so much like L or Myungsu from Infinite that I couldn't help notice it. And Tere, he reminds me of Sungkyu, and his high notes towards the end chills, literal chills. But I will say that the member that truly captured my attention was Dongyal. He was just effortlessly good, and he just fit into this concept so perfectly, and I really like him. But yeah, Tere got the most votes, which is really well deserved, but there's a part of me that also wanted Dongyal to win it. But honestly, Tere winning, I'm not upset by it. I'm happy for him. I really am. But yeah, after that, you had Rush Hour team, and the mentors mentioned that the Rush Hour members had really bad teamwork. So you had Ma Jingsha, who gets the Christian treatment, aka getting really evil edited. Now, yes, from the editing of this episode, there are things that Ricky and Ma Jingsha did in context to them not getting along and having a lot of disagreements and bringing the team down. Those parts, I'm gonna be yeah, I did not agree with that, and maybe a lot of the stuff happening is not really evil editing. But Ma Jingsha says that they don't have much time, and then Ricky wanted to change the choreo, and I'm like, wow, evil editing both Ricky and Ma Jingsha, killing 2 foreign trainees with 1 stone. Interesting. And Sungmin, from the editing, I have to focus, from the editing, at least looked like that he was not having it. He was not having it. And then Takuto ends up crying because the members argue, and he looks like a kid whose parents are fighting and getting a divorce. Oh my god, the drama was an absolute peak level over here. Ma Jingsha then tells Sungmin not to talk anymore in a very dramatic sort of way that Mnet edits it, and they just can't meet eye to eye. And honestly, at this point, I too was fed up with Ma Jingsha. I mean, am I gonna judge Ma Jingsha's entire character from this moment alone? Absolutely not. Okay, I get it, time is short, people will disagree, people will act out of character at times, but honestly, it's the way Mnet was editing this episode, even I was like, oh my god, Ma Jingsha, Ricky, please eat a Snickers, calm down, And I'm like, oh my god, after this episode, I'm not gonna be surprised if Ma Jingsha or Ricky's ranks drop. Ricky has a very solid fan base, so I think he's gonna survive, but I think Ma Jingsha is gonna get eliminated next episode likely, which I don't want, but from the way this episode has been done, it's highly likely. But yeah, do Ricky and Ma Jingsha do make up at the end. So that was really, really sweet. And honestly, if they did not show that at least, then oh my god, the hate would have been even more. So yeah, the performance took place and it was honestly okay. I think it was a very forgetful performance for me personally. Like, it lacked energy and it was just not fun at all. But Ricky and Sungmin, they were definitely the highlight. And even the judges themselves did not like really love the performance. And Ricky ended up getting the most votes, which again, deserved. Like, you cannot argue with that. Like, Ricky definitely deserved the votes. But after that, you have the limousine team, which consists of Jihoo and Christian and Anthony. And Jihoo becomes the leader of limousine after Anthony recommends him instead, and Anthony just gives up the leader position. And the members, they struggle with writing the lyrics, and Jihoo mentions during his, story arc for this episode that he got all stars, but his audition got edited out. Like, he did not get any screen time in the first 2 episodes. The performance happens with limousine, and Jihoo really steals the show. Like, my eyes were on him. Christian talks about Mnet evil editing him in his performance, and Jihoo talks about getting edited out. Like, oh my god, they were on Mnet's ass, and I was so here for it. There was so much emotion in this performance. I think Anthony was the weakest part, but he did, I would say, pull himself together by the end. But yeah, there was so much emotion in this performance. I really vibed with it, and Jihoo absolutely slayed. I devoured this performance. It was really, really good. Was it perfect? No. But was it really great? Yes. Jihoo ended up getting the most votes. Again, Jihoo got the most votes, which is honestly well deserved. Nothing new to say about that. Then we focus on the mess that is the Feel Special team. So it focuses a lot on Zhuang Zhai. I'm gonna butcher his name. Help. Hang on. Okay, so it focuses on Zhang Shuaibo. Oh my god, Zhang Shuaibo. Okay, yeah, that boy. And he was really excited to get Feel Special. Like, he really wanted Feel Special. It's like one of his favorite songs of all time. However, the part he gets in Feel Special, it's a little too difficult for him, and he really did not want it, and he ends up crying. And then Solji calls him out on it. And honestly, there are times when the mentor schools the trainees that I'm like, yeah, I don't agree with this, you're being a little too harsh. But honestly, I agree. Like, honestly, if Zhu Haibo was like, what, 13, 14, I would have understood. But I looked up his age and he's like, what, the same age as woonggi? And I'm like, come on, Zhu Haibo, you have to get it together. Like, are your feelings of feeling sad valid? Obviously, but you cannot act like this when there are only a few days left to the performance. And then 2 of the boys don't even have the lyrics down or the choreo, and the members also weren't able to create any choreo since no one in the team knew how to. And then woonggi, he is really trying his best to get the team back on track. Like, they have no idea who will sing the chorus because no one wants to do it, so woonggi ends up taking that part from Zhuaibo, and the whole team puts everything on woonggi to do. And during the rehearsals, the mentors were just not having it with the other boys. Like, woonggi was the only one just getting it done. And yeah, but the performance took place. I will say it was much better than what was shown during the rehearsals and during the practice times and everything like that. And woonggi, he stole the show. Like, his back probably hurt like hell after he carried the entire performance up a mountain, up the hill, up through the sky, and to the moon, because he worked that hard. So imagine contestant that ended up ranking first was Zhang Shuaibo, and honestly, woonggi, he was robbed in broad daylight. Like, you cannot deny it. He was the performance. So I don't encourage sending hate to Shuaibo. Like, did I agree with some of the stuff he did in this episode from the editing? At least no, but I don't think you should be going on and sending hate to the boy. If anything, like, you don't have to like him. I personally don't care for him, but oh my god, seeing how woonggi was done this episode, I was heartbroken. And honestly, if he gets eliminated after how much you guys hyped him up and used him as a meme, I'm gonna be very disappointed. I really will. After that, you had the not spring but Blossom team. Honestly, oh my god, I always forget that song title name. I really do. But yeah, they are, in my opinion, the anti-Avengers, so they're already much better in my opinion. So okay, that was a joke. But yeah, you have Baekdoha, Daul, and Daul ends up getting the killing part, and Baekdoha writes the rap. And I am so sorry, but it's like I completely zoned out during their performance, not because it was bad or anything, but because I was just still heartbroken and in shock after how woonggi was done dirty, so I could not focus on this performance at all. But I did rewatch it later on, and Jonggi-chan, oh my god, he really redeemed himself with this performance. Like, when he got saved, I was like wondering, oh come on, now why him and not somebody else? Because I was not a big fan of his performance and he did make mistakes. But honestly, Jonggi-chan, he really proved me wrong, and I'm really happy about And I'm really happy about that. Lee Dowell also did way better than I expected him to. Like, Big Toha also redeemed himself. Like, I feel like this is like the redemption performance for all three of them, and they did really well. And Lee Dowell ended up ranking last, which surprised me because I thought he was really popular. And Jung Chan came first, which is again really, honestly, if anybody should have been first, it should have been him. So I'm happy about that. After that, we had the butterfly team, and Junso gets the attention again, and he really lacks confidence. However, he does much better, and Kwan Ray is like really happy that it will like boost his confidence. And Kwan Ray gets a bit criticized for being a little too breathy with his singing, and Junso ends up being unstable and he really cries, but the team comforts him, and Lip J also comforts him and gives him good advice. Like, honestly, Lip J, I stand. But yeah, then the butterfly performance happened, and it like had me levitating. It was so beautiful and stunning, and Kwan Ray's solo dance was incredible, just mesmerizing, and Brian's vocals were impeccable, so good. Yeah, there was a mistake towards the end, but overall I did really enjoy it. And finally, you had the Tomboy team. Like, I was just waiting for the Tomboy team to happen because it was so hyped up. And apparently Tomboy was ranked second amongst the trainees, and Sung Hanbin is like really worried about not showing his improvement, and Hanbin is just really worried, and Jung Hao comforts him, and I feel like I'm watching a BL drama right now. Like, Ji-woong, are you seeing this? But yeah, then the performance happened, and honestly, this was gunwook's stage. I'm sorry. He looked so good and he did so well. Like, he was amazing. Like, Gunwook really stole what? It stole my heart, stole everything from me from this performance. He was so good. He suited the concept to a T, and he looked so good in pink. And you know, I love the color pink. I love men in pink, so I could be a bit biased. But Jung Hao, holy smokes, like him going, yeah, I'm fucking tomboy, sent me to a different dimension. He also suits the concept really well despite not having that many parts, and he got the most views for his fan cam, which is so well deserved. I will say, oh my god, this might be a hot take or maybe not, I don't know. I feel like Hanbin was the weakest part of this performance, not because Hanbin was bad or anything like that, obviously not. No, he did do a good job, but I felt like he did not suit this concept and this song the way Jung Hao or Gunwook did. Same with Hui, but Hui did do well with his vocals and everything. I felt like this was mainly Gunwook and Jung Hao's stage, and Hui and Sung Hanbin, despite being immensely talented, just did not suit the song and concept for me personally. Like, it's like I was more focused on Jung Hao and Gunwook than them. I hope that does not sound mean or anything. I'm just being honest with my feelings. So there's that. I still really like Hanbin and Hui. It's like, what I'm trying to say is that when Jung Hao and Gunwook performed, I was hyped. And when Hui performed, I was like, okay, he's really good. I like him. And when Sun Hanbin performed, I'm like, yeah, you're really good. I like your vocals. But it's like, I'm not really feeling what the song is supposed to make me feel when you're doing it, you know? Oh my god, I hope that makes sense. And I hope that does not sound rude or mean or anything like that. I really don't want to do that or any of that right here. But yeah. This was a tough competition, and Jung Hao ended up getting first. And the scream I let out, the freaking scream I let out, you have no idea. Because I was that happy for him. I really was. But honestly, I would have been happy if it went to either Jung Hao or Gunwook, because they both did really fantastic in my opinion. But yeah, and then the individual winners for each dual position get announced. So vocal and rap first place went to Tomboy, to no one's surprise. For vocal and dance, first place went to Love Killa, which is so well deserved. I know people are hating on this performance for God knows what, but I personally really love it. And honestly, I've been a Monbebe for 6 years, so I approve of this. Like, I know there are some Monbebes hating on this performance. Again, I don't understand why, but I approve. I really liked this. I really loved this performance. And for rap and dance, this was for me personally a toss-up between Zoom and Gang, but Law won, which was a really surprise to me, but honestly, well deserved. But I think I would have been happier if Zoom team won instead. But yeah, and then after that, you had the live broadcast for the second Survivor announcement, and it was announced that for 28th position, there are 3 trainees competing for it, which is Ma Jingsha, Moon Jung-hyun, and Cha Woonggi. Honestly, I am manifesting that Woonggi survives because he is one of my favorites, and I even gave one of my last votes to him and Lee Dong-yeol, and I really hope Woonggi survives. Like, Woonggi is like definitely in my top 9 right now, and I really hope he survives. He definitely deserves it. And to think he got eliminated because of not getting the 100,000 votes. Oh my god, that is just tragic to me. And Ma Jingsha, I think his rank dropped because of the evil editing, or or maybe something like that. I don't know. I think woonggi has a good chance of surviving, but honestly, it's just me manifesting it at this point. And for 12th position, it was announced that it was Jay. So Jay's rank dropped from 9th to 12th. Absolutely criminal. Deserves much better. But yeah, that's what you missed on Boys Planet. And justice for Cha Woongki. Okay, bye.